Hey, how you doing? Greg Wilder here with another tutorial for D&G Productions and Whippets.com. In this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to make a cool title or introduction title for whoever you've got in your video, like we got Brendan over here. Let me show you what I did, and then we'll recreate the whole thing. This is a little clip that I shot while I was on vacation in Iraq, basically. Going through Baghdad. This is my buddy Brendan. I'm going to show you how to make a cool title like that using some graphics from Whippets.com, WIPIDZ.com, and some simple layers. You know, it's going to look pretty cool. Alright, let's first start by creating a new sequence so that we can start fresh. New sequence. We'll make it standard definition, NTSC. And here is our blank timeline, and first thing we're going to do is drag over this little I was messing around with after we did the documentary, I was messing around with a little video, made a little music video of our journey with stills and images. So let's zoom in a little tighter on this, and let's just pick what we're going to be using. Well, there I am. We'll go right to when we started hitting the Baghdad border there. And we'll drag this all the way over and drag this to the beginning. And the first thing we need to do is find a clip of Brendan that we're going to use. We're going to create a still image, and then we're going to erase all of the background except for Brendan. So find a nice little clip, go a few seconds in. Here we go, right about there. And we will file, export. We're going to export just a still frame. Go to media, and it's already set for TIFF, and we will then NTSC TIFF. We will bring the timeline over. Since it's at about 227, we'll bring the end of it to about 227, and make sure that it's going into my Premiere Pro intro titles, and we'll call this Brendan 2 because I already created 1, and hit replace. I also created 2 on my original tutorial, which I screwed up and had to start again. Hit OK. The media encoder comes up, and we will hit start queue because everything should still be set up. It should take it about a second, and there it is. Bring up Photoshop, file, open, find Brendan 2. Okay, that's it, Brendan 2.1. And here's Brendan. First thing you need to do is unlock the background. Double click your image in the layers, hit OK. Now we want to start get rid of the background. Quick and easy way to do it is pick the magic wand over here on your upper left in your toolbar. And I'm using a Mac, so it's Apple X or Command X. On a PC it would just be delete. We'll delete this, and we'll pick a big erase tool. It's a pretty good size, but it's feathered, so we will go to hardness, and we will make it 100% hard, and we'll just start erasing. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to blend in well with the actual graphics. I mean, if you want to be perfect, you can take the time, but most of the time you really don't have to be perfect with this. As you can see, I'm not really worrying about it. And we'll scoot a little over here, bring our erase tool down a little bit, just make it look nice. Come up, and there we got a little over here. And what I like to do is create another layer, so you go to the bottom right, hit new layer, drag it underneath the existing layer, and I like to use a green because usually nothing in a video or a still image is this ugly green. Pick a green, pick the paint bucket, drop it in there, and now you can see all of the little imperfections that you may need to get rid of. You may, sometimes you don't have to. Go back to erase, and I know that this white line around his face is going to show up in the graphics, so I'm going to highlight him, his layer, and it doesn't have to be perfect again. You know, we'll just make it look good. And bring it down a little. We want to make Brendan look good because he's a good man. There's nobody else I'd want to go convoying through Iraq with, and Mr. Brendan here. Make it a little nicer. Alright, go to our navigator tool, bring it all the way down. Well, not all the way. Alright, it looks pretty good. We'll just then we'll delete or drop into the garbage bin, the bottom layer, and save it as a PNG file. PNG is the best format to save it as when you're going to put it in video, because it creates, you don't get all of those jittery lines around the edges. So we will go to Format, PNG, we'll leave it Brendan 2.1, hit Save, interlace it. It's just force of habit. I don't think you need to with the TV standards nowadays. And save it. Go back to Premiere, File, Import, Brendan 2.1 PNG. There it is, and we will drag it right on top, and we should still be, if you look at the timeline here, the little scrubber, it should be at exactly where I froze the original image. So if we play it, bring it right to the edge there, yeah, you'll see that the image is right on top of it, if that makes any sense. Sorry if I'm not so clear. Alrighty then. Now what we want to do is we want to use the razor blade tool here. You can hit C or just go to razor blade, and we want to cut the original clip right on. Is my snapping on? Good enough. Go back to the selection tool. We can drag this all the way over, and now you should see it. There you go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the original TIFF back in here. Actually, I'm going to actually I didn't bring it in, so let's import it. TIFF 2.1 Brendan. TIFF 2.1 Brendan. We'll stick that right underneath it. And now it looks like a perfect still image. Alright, we're going to delete, we're going to unclip these, or there we go, and we will right click this and we will remove it from its group. We will unlink it. I will then delete the audio here, take this audio, well first of course we will unlink it, and we will drag the audio all the way underneath here. Play it again. So now the music still goes with it, and we'll bring him up one layer, and then we will find our graphic and bring it underneath here, which I picked the Whippets graphic Helitro, whatever. It basically stands for helicopter intro. Helotro, if it's kind of silly, but alright, we'll drop it in on layer video 2 right here, and now you'll see the difference. It's a little big because I think I brought in the high definition version, which is not a big deal. We can actually double click it, and we will then take the fit, come down to about 25%, double click, not this, the Helotro, and it's not working for me. Okay, I'll have to edit this out, and there it is. We'll just scale this down. Come on, give me the little corner. There we go. Scale this down, fit it right in there. We'll lose a little bit since it is the high def version, but that's okay. It's still going to look pretty good. And we'll hit fit again, and there it is. And as you see, Brendan still stays on there after the graphic goes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim everything. Go right to the edge of the Whippets graphic. I'm going to drag Brendan, drag the original still image, and I'm going to take the original video and then hit play, and you'll see when we render it later, you'll see how it'll be perfect. Like, it'll be perfect. All right, so we're just going to mess with Brendan a little bit. We're going to add in some video effects, put a little glow behind him, and we'll go to Stylize on the bottom left. Stylize, look for the glow, or is it alpha glow? Drag that over Brendan. No, that didn't work. Drag it over. Go to the effects control, and you'll see I double put two in there. Get rid of one. It comes up yellow even though our start color is not, so we'll just drag this down to white. Oops, sorry, hit cancel. I always do that. There it is, there's our white. What we'll do is we won't have it pop in like that right away. We'll put a keyframe. We'll just hit keyframe right away. We'll drag the original keyframe over and then just put this to 0, and you'll see it come up. We'll go to the end, put another keyframe at 25% by clicking on the keyframe, add keyframe right there. Go to the very end. We can just click on the percentage, hit 0, hit enter, and there you go. Actually, why don't we do something like, let me bring our over here. We'll bring our start and end duration, we'll hit enter, and it'll render out, and then we'll be able to actually see it in real time. I'm going to edit this so that we can cut right through this. It'll go really, really fast when you guys are watching it. And there we go. Pretty cool. Now all we need to do is add a little title. So, since we're still in our timeline here, I will go to, where is it? I always forget where this is. I don't use Premiere that much. I do a lot of Final Cut, and if I'm using a PC, I use Sony Vegas. But I wanted to make this for you. Here we go. New sequence. Add tracks. There it is. We'll add video track. Add after video track 3. Hit OK. There we go. Oh, sorry about that. All right. Title. New. Title. We'll pick a still. 720 by 720 by 480 standard definition. Hit OK. Pick the titling here. Just drop it in anywhere. Hit Brendan. Just pick a little. What did we use before we use this? And we'll hit OK or close it. We'll find the new title too. Drag it over here. Pretty cool. There it is. Drag it to the end. We'll double click it. Bring it back up. Choose the selection tool and we'll drag it down here. Bring it over a little bit just to be safe. Brendan, close that, which leaves it in the timeline. And we'll do a quick little, sorry, double click, did the wrong thing there. Go to the effects control, we'll go to motion, we'll go right to the, we'll start right about there. We'll hit scale and position just in case it moves. Go back to the beginning of the title and we'll scale it down to 0. Now you hit play. Thumbs up. We'll go to the end. Add another keyframe at the scale, and then instead of zooming down, we'll actually zoom it out. There you go. Alright. Hit enter. Render and do a quick preview and see how it looks. Very cool. And there was one other thing I actually did to the Brendan image, so I'm going to double click Brendan, and if I remember correctly, I went into channel distort image control. I think I brought the gamma correction down, or it was the proc amp. It was the proc amp I had brought down. So let's type in proc amp, drag that over Brendan. Go to Effects, drag the proc amp in there, go back to the beginning. We'll start, let's just take a look and see where we want to go with this. Nope. Yeah, that was it. We brought the contrast up to 200. So I'll just hit a keyframe for that. Go back to the beginning. Bring this back down to 100. Do the same at the end. Add a keyframe that's already set at 200 by adding the keyframe right there. Come over. Bring it back down to 100. Hit enter. And hit return on your keyboard. And it will render it out again. And there you have it, a really cool intro or introduction for any of your characters that are in any of your videos, be it from Iraq or be it from your backyard, be it at a skate park, be it anywhere. Let's bring this back up here. Oh, come on, where did it go? Here it is. Oy vey. All right. Now, you could spend the time and try to make all of those graphics in the background, or again, you can go to G&G Productions whippets.com, www.wipidz.com, and check out all the introduction graphics. There's only a handful right now, but we are constantly making new ones and adding. Check out the title graphics, and we apologize, the segues are not ready yet. You know, it's a lot of work, but we haven't done all of that, so enjoy what is on there now and keep coming back. Check out whippets.com. We're always adding and changing and fixing, and we're going to make a really cool website, but right now we just want to get the graphics out there for all of you crazy video people. All right, Greg Wilder saying take care and have fun editing.